What's up guys? Today in this video we're going to be going over integration with U-Sub. So if you take a look at this integral, this looks pretty daunting at first, right? Because there's a few terms in the exponent for the e and there's terms in front of the e, and so how would you integrate this? Now with the use of U-Sub, this actually becomes a lot simpler and translates it to a more simple integral and allows us to just take the integral of the function without any calculator of any sort. So let's take a look at how we would approach this problem using U-Sub. So we'd start by setting this term to u. The reason we do that is because if you look closely here, the derivative of this is equal to this portion here. So this term gets cancelled out if we put it in terms of du. Now that might sound a little abstract at first, but let's see this in practice. So here we've written u, and since we're going to be taking the integral in terms of u, we're going to have to change this, because this is taking the integral in terms of x. Now if we take the derivative of u with respect to x, we get du dx equals 8x minus 1. This term looks very similar to the one right here. Now if you know anything about calculus, you know that these terms can be separated. And we're trying to replace this term, so we're going to have to solve for dx. So this is what you get when you do that. And now let's plug these terms into this integral. So far, this is the term we're left with. Now these two terms are the exact same, but one's on the numerator and one's on the denominator. So these can cancel. If you know anything about integrals, you know that constants can just be taken to the outside. So this is all we're left with, and this is a pretty simple integral. We know that the derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. With that, we can say that the derivative of e to the u with respect to du is going to be e to the u. Now, we're taking the inverse of the derivative, which is the integral, but either way, it's still going to be the same term. So we can just write this out. So we can just write this out as this. Now we can distribute the 3. And you'll see here that even though I distributed the 3, I still kept c the exact same. This is because either way, 3 times c, which is a constant, is still just going to be another constant. And so with this, we were able to take the integral of this pretty complicated function and simplify it down to just this. Now it's important to note here that if this wasn't an indefinite integral, then you would have to change the bounds in terms of u. But since this was an indefinite integral, we didn't have to worry about that, and this is our final result. So that's a guide on how to take the U-Sub. Thanks for watching.